Hey everyone, welcome back. The New York Latino Film Festival is the premier urban Latino film event in the country. And it was founded in 1999, and the NYLFF is what we refer to it as. You know, we speak in acronyms nowadays. It actually produces culturally relevant and entertaining experiences that build audiences for Latino cinema, supporting the film community with professional development and fostering relationships for Latino talent. And this year, the New York Latino Film Festival returns to its in-person screenings with an impressive roster of 105 films from nearly 10 countries. And joining us to share more is New York Latino Film Festival founder, Calixto Chinchilla, and contributing director, Julietta Rodriguez, who is being featured with her film, Upia. Hello and welcome.
Hi, thank you for having us.
Oh,
thank you.
Welcome. I am super enthusiastic about this year's New York Latino Film Festival because you have really outdone yourself. I mean, you and your team, I should say, because wow. How excited are you about going back in person, Calixto?
You know, it's taken a minute. I mean, we were happy doing the drive-ins in the Bronx. We got to, come to a borough that, never had something like this before. And, we became on record the first Latino drive-in to be produced in New York City history, right? And so, while we made history, we're also anxious to go back to theaters and really share that theatrical experience and see these movies on the big screen. But before you even dive into that,
I just want to pay, I want to give you a shout out in always thinking outside the box, man. That, I mean, and not only that, shedding some light on the borough, but also just being innovative and making sure that that we're seen also, right? But creating these historical moments, as you mentioned. I think it shouldn't go. We shouldn't continue without me at least emphasizing how.
It was a special moment. Yeah, we got to bring in so many Bronx vendors, and to sell and do things, and it was like a different energy. Probably an experience I won't forget. But hopefully this new festival this year is going to be something I won't forget either, right?
Well, hopefully it'll expand into a 5-borough festival.
Your mouth to God's ears, I guess.
Oh gosh, but let's talk about these genres and 105 films. Wowza. Let's talk about it before we dive into Julietta's feature.
Yeah, I didn't even know we were showing 105 films until we counted, right? Until the roster was done. But yeah, I mean, it's a phenomenal slate. We're coming in real strong. There's a lot of good films from the US. Dominican Republic is coming in at its strongest ever. We have 7 films from the Dominican Republic in feature competition, which has never happened in the history of this festival, 22 years. Wow. So it's a Renaissance year. Puerto Rico, came in really strong. Pia is one of these, films as a co-production. And, we have a lot of exciting, different events that are happening, from our digital conference to, we're closing with a block party. We could talk a little bit more about that, but yeah, it's going to be pretty exciting. It's a full slate, shorts, documentaries, everything you expect NYLF to be, but in person.
Well, I gotta say, I want to segue into Julietta and her film and the fact that it's a thriller and the way it's done, and that it's honoring the Caribbean, Dominican Republic. I know it premiered in Puerto Rico, so let's talk about this.
I have a strong relationship with Puerto Rico. My husband is Puerto Rican, filmmaker from Puerto Rico. So yeah, I was so happy to show our film in Puerto Rico. It's my second home. First of all, I want to thank you and thanks the New York Latino Film Festival and thanks Calixto for the invitation to this program. Thank you very much. Jupia is the story of Tomas, a police investigator who has fallen into depression after the murder of his wife and the disappearance of his daughter. Looking for information, he ends up in a nursing home for elderly, where he will face Atabey, a nurse with mysterious Taino power, and a disturbed doctor.
You see, I know. That's a lot for people to digest, right? They're like, what? Como? Yeah. And that's exactly the point in this film festival even existing, because it relates to our culture, right? And so
Yeah,
the mysticism inside of the thriller and
Very supernatural thriller. It's really good.
It's awesome. It's awesome. And so really quickly, you already mentioned the Futura event, right? And then I know that your opening night, you're doing Habla Loud, right?
Yes, so I'll run down it pretty quickly. We kick off everything September 12th with our Futuro Influencer Conference. It's the top Latino influencers and influencers of the game and color, of color, speaking about the business of influencing. We're always on Instagram or whatever, but how do we make this money? How do we really elevate ourselves and own our content? So all of that is going to be covered at the conference. We have an amazing slate of executives that we're announcing today on our website. And then we kick off with Habla Loud, which is, it's going to feature, Richie Torres, the founders of the Young Lords are featured in this one. There's so many celebs that are going to be. Yeah, so everybody's going to show up for that. It's a premiere. And then we have the La Bamba 35th anniversary. So we're going to reunite the director, the actors from the film.
Oh my gosh, that's like an annual thing for the New York Latino.
It's crazy, yeah. And then we're doing Mija, which is coming out from Disney. It's one of, their potential Oscar contenders. And it's a sweet film about, two girls dealing with immigration issues, but it's all around music and their love for music, but also their love for family.
All right, and I just want to chime in on that one. I want to chime in on that one really quickly, because I want the people to understand that what I really love about that film, even though I only saw a sneak peek of it, is that it's really coming from the perspective of being a music manager.
Yeah, it's from the music perspective.
But right, I like that. I like that a lot.
It's very different. Yeah. So, and I think Disney's hoping that this is probably going to be the next Oscar contender, like they won the Oscar last year for Questlove's film. And so it's going to be exciting. We have the director here with us. And then what else we got? We got, a web series. We're closing off with a big block party. So we're taking over Dykeman, that whole strip of Dykeman. We're going to have music, drinks, food, a concert, and we're showing a movie called Winter Ball.
And I know as the founder, you're not aware of, rather, you're not looking at every single film, but I did want to make note that there's one film that stood out for me. I don't know the name of it, but Princess Nokia is in it, and it has to do with the waters and Yemaya, and and of course going back to our cultura, right? And so the whole point of me even mentioning that is that it's relatable to our cultural upbringings, and it's important for you, our viewers, to support it and to show up, and to just even yourself walk away with a sense of orgullo that we're there, we're represented on the big screen.
There's so much power in just us, you know what I mean? And I remember moments when Michelle Rodriguez came here and she wasn't Michelle Rodriguez, you know what I mean? And she networked. I remember Gina Rodriguez came here. She wasn't Gina Rodriguez, right? Like, so there's always those moments where you never know who you're talking to and where they're going to be 10 years from now. Julietta is a very, is a big example. She came in as an actress years ago, and now she's coming back as a filmmaker. And I hope 5 years from now, she's coming back as an Oscar winner. You just don't know.
Thank you,
right?
Hopefully.
And so I think that's the testament. That's what the festival is here for, is for us to really network and build amongst each other for this moment of time, and then take those relationships and grow from it. And I've seen so many filmmakers throughout the years that build so many relationships, that's where you create legacy, but that's where we create ownership as a culture. And so that's what we hope the festival, ultimately, that's the job of the festival, is to build these spaces.
Yeah, and we thank you for making sure and sustaining and having that space for that to even develop, and for cultivating the community and making sure that we live in the space of possibility. Yeah. So we're out of time.
I got 103 reasons. I got 103 films and 103 reasons why all is possible.
That's
For
what's
God,
up.
all is possible.
I
So,
love it. I love it. Congratulations on another
thank
year.
you.
Chinchilla. Congratulations to you, Julietta Rodriguez.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you
Filmmaker
so
of
much.
Julia, one of the featured films once again at this year's New York Latino Film Festival, which is set to take place from September 12th through the 18th. And it's opening at the Regal Union Square located at 850 Broadway, which is in Manhattan. And there's various locations for different events. So if you're interested in information on the events that are taking place within the festival that are not film screenings as well, make sure to visit nylatinofilmfestival.com. All right, we have to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll talk to Creative Director and CEO Therese Brown as she discusses her Jamaican and Japanese fusion clothing brand, Therese Sedona. Don't go anywhere.
Hurry up, get your bathing suit. The pump's open.
Whoa! Oh my God. Can we put it back,
I'm gonna
please?
sit in your car, you're gonna relax, and I'll change your bags.
All right.
I will.
I'm relaxed.
From the small screen to the big screen, experience life like us at the New York Latino Film Festival. Y'all heard? NYC, best city alive.